Action.
Welcome back, everybody. Captain Krista Stedman with the Austin Travis County EMS PIO. We are here for another conversation with another one of our units that does things during our special events. Joining me is Commander M.Kane, who is one of the commanders that works with our UAS program. Austin Travis County EMS has a pretty robust drone program, and they do a lot of different things. So we'll talk a little bit about the drone program in general and what they do on special events. So Commander Kane, thanks for joining me.
Hey, thanks for having us, and thanks for being here.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure.
Sure.
So tell me a little bit about the UAS program in general, and then we'll move into specifics about what we're doing.
Yeah, UAS with EMS is part of kind of a bigger consortium of UAS providers here in Austin and Travis County. Specifically, our role and mission in UAS, we're kind of focused on crowd movement, on locating a patient who might be in a large group crowd. We're also watching for that surge so that we can help position those in the who are making tactical decisions. We can feed them information in real time, gives them an opportunity to pre-position assets so that we can be in the right place, right amount of time, get to a patient very quickly and efficiently, and then further support from there.
Now, you said look for crowd surges, which is something that public safety has been aware of for quite some time, but I feel like just in the last year or so, that's been something that the general public has become more familiar with because of events like what happened at Astroworld. So how important is it to have an eye in the sky, if you will, in that situation?
Yeah, it's vital to us being able to make the most efficient response in getting to patients, and in this case, mass crowds. So when you start to get that movement, that surge, we can anticipate that. And when I say we, again, we're just that eye in the sky. We're just providing information in real time. The capacity of our particular program is that our optics allow us to use thermal. So depending on, like tonight, with it being somewhat chilly, really enhances how that large capacity of human surge is moving. And then when we see some activity within that surge that would indicate a need for a medical response, that is where that timely eye in the sky makes a huge impact in patient outcomes and how quickly we can get in and get out.
Right on. So I'm sure that you all noticed watching, and my left ear certainly noticed, that one of our little guys just landed behind us, so let's go check it out, yeah?
Yeah, let's go.
So what do we got? What are we flying?
So this is one of our ATCEMS. Most of what you're paying for in this particular case is the optics that you see on the bow of that aircraft. Again, this particular system, given its size, given its speed, we feel like right now this is the most appropriate airframe for us, given the geography we're working in. Also the capacity, we kind of talked about surge a lot in these mass gatherings. These are also really efficient when it comes to SAR work. Okay. So if we're doing a search and rescue, we're in a wilderness environment, the range on these, and again, that's all dependent on the atmosphere and what's going on in the environment, but by and large, this gives us about 35-40 minutes of in that AOR, in that area of responsibility, where we can use our optics, use in combination with maybe a second UAS, where we are covering a lot of distance, a lot of ground, using the technology, using the thermals, really gives us a higher chance of success in finding somebody or being able to monitor situations like we're seeing tonight.
Excellent. So you did mention search and rescue, and that's one of the things that we do use our aircraft for. So let's just briefly talk about just sort of the different situations that we use it outside of special events.
Yeah, so we support, and again, I mentioned earlier in the talk that we're part of a bigger team here in Austin, Travis County. So we work closely with our law enforcement component as well as the fire component, so that you're not only working with ground resources, so you can have anything from, you know, the hike in, the ground pounders, you then have horseback, you can have ATVs, you bring all of that to bear. And with the UAS program, what we're doing is getting out in front, doing that rapid search of the area to see if something really does jump out. And again, we also work very closely with our communication staff.
Sure.
Because if they are on the telephone, if they're using technology, we're able to pinpoint through that telephone where someone is. The UAS can get in there. They can use the light systems that we also have. We're not using those tonight, so you don't see those on the airframe. But again, we can light up an area. We can also talk through a speaker system, get and actually start kind of that medicine across a barricade, start giving patients self-aid, buddy aid. We can give them instructions to maybe move to a different location, and it gives them kind of that sense, and we've heard this from patients and from folks that we've been able to help with the program. The feedback we've gotten is, I felt like somebody was already there. I felt like help had already arrived. And that's part of where this particular program, it gives our ground folks also a point in the sky to kind of move toward. It's just one more ingredient for success. Great investment, great tool. Our team works very hard at staying up on their skill sets. This is a perishable skill, so practice makes perfect. And as tonight you're seeing, you know, great turnout. We're helping the team, and then tonight we'll move on down the road and go look for some more.
Awesome. So useful in all kinds of different circumstances. Thank you, Commander Kane, for joining me. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
And thank you all for watching. This is the last video that we'll be doing during our Spring Festival video series. So check back next time we have a big event and you might see something new. Take care, y'all.